So in this video, which covers the last component of the marketing master map, our holistic marketing framework, we will focus on the technologies to be used in the different stages of the marketing lifecycle. So this will be all about what kind of tech do you need in your marketing tech stack in order to run successful marketing campaigns. Again, a lot of content. Let's take a closer look together. In the technology section of the Customlytics Marketing Master Map, we will now answer the question of which technologies you should be using in the different stages of the marketing lifecycle. What you will see directly when you look at this is that there are a lot of technologies that you essentially need from the very beginning of your marketing activities to the very end. So technologies that are just present because, well, you will need it for your kind of data integrity from the very beginning. A good example of this is attribution tracking, which tells you where your app installs are coming from and also what your users are doing inside of the app. That's something you just need to know for your product, and especially when you're acquiring users somewhere and you're maybe even paying for it because you do paid user acquisition, then there's no way around it. There's a couple of technologies like this that if you use them, you need from the very beginning. The same holds true for customer data solutions, or in general, I guess, anything relating to data. So if you go there and you want to set up a data warehouse for your marketing data, and on top of that you want to put a data visualization, then of course that makes sense already from the very beginning when the first data is coming in. So that's the reason why there's such a big overlap in technologies here. Let's still go through the different sections based on the different stages in the marketing lifecycle again. So if we're looking at demand generation, what you see is that all the technologies that are relating to the activities that you do there, which we discussed in the other video, already have to be there. So in other words, if you are doing TV advertising, then yes, of course, you need TV attribution tracking by that time already. If you are doing brand marketing of some capacity, which you will probably do, then you already need to look into brand monitoring platforms. So the technology here really is dictated by the activities and channels that you're using in this demand generation section. If we then move on to the conversion generation, it's pretty much the same, because from a tracking perspective from a data perspective, this is just the next step in the user funnel that you need to track in the same way like the steps before, meaning that there are no major changes. The next big major change in available technologies is once a user has become a paying customer, has made his first purchase. Same as it is with the marketing channels, now you have much more data to work with, and you have much more channels to actually use to speak to the customer. So now CRM, customer relationship management tools become interesting. Also, product A/B testing becomes interesting, of course, only from the time when a user is actually using the product. Before that, there's also nothing to A/B test realistically. Deep linking becomes important, and some of the technologies are here really becoming relevant from the point that the user is actually making a transaction. And if we kind of then move down further and we look into the relationship management topics and the propagation topics, it's pretty much the same. Once you can have direct contact with the customer, all the technologies that are needed for it come into place and become very relevant. And that's what you see in the map here as well. And if you are looking at the question of, okay, how can I make the customer purchasing again, for example, then you have very niche or very specific technologies like a product feed. If you have a product-based business, that's becoming relevant. So I guess in a nutshell, to sum up the technology chapter of the marketing master map, it's like essentially a lot of technologies are important already from the beginning, And then the one big change is only happening up on the time when a user is actually using the product, because then you have more data and potentially also more channels to contact them. That sums up the marketing master map and all the categories that are in it. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure that you stay tuned for our additional content around the marketing master map, like our meetup and our newsletter. Sign up for that, and I will see you soon.